Hello, my name is Cynthia. I share information that will help your transition into the UK to be as smooth as possible. In this video, I'll be listing all the supporting documents that is required for me to complete my spouse visa application. My reason for creating this video is so that you can prepare all your documents and meet the requirements to get your visa approved. I also have a video on the step-by-step process of completing your spouse visa online. Check it here. In addition to this, I have a video that explains the problems I experienced while completing this application. Check it here. I hope you'll be able to avoid the pitfalls I experienced when completing this application. I wish you the best. So let's get into this video. I gathered my documents on time and separated them into 3 folders on my computer. I named the folders Applicant and Sponsor Identification, Financial Requirements, and Relationship Evidence. The mandatory documents on the checklist include the biometric residence permit for applicant and the passport for applicant. Guys, remember to cut your old biometric card and send it to the address as given to you. Please don't forget to do this. I was asked about this. Also, try to scan and upload your old passports, including the one that has the sticker that shows the date you entered the UK. Other documents on my checklist are the degree certificate for applicants to prove the level of English language required. If your qualification is from a university outside the UK, you will need to provide a certificate from ECTIS, formerly known as UK NARIC. The certificate will show that your qualification is equivalent to a UK bachelor's degree or higher, and it was taught in English. If you don't have a university or college qualification, you may have to take an approved English language test. Next is documents supporting my other reasons to stay in the UK. Any relevant declarations on third-party consent to request verification checks. I downloaded these documents and my sponsor and I signed them. Next on the list is evidence of sponsor's immigration status in the UK. I provided my sponsor's birth certificate and his travel document, his British passport. You might want to consider this. I paid for a document scanning service which cost me £188. The next document on the checklist is evidence to support my claim it would be difficult for me to establish a private life outside the UK. For the next one, using cash to support financial requirements. I was asked to provide a personal bank statement showing that at least the level of cash savings relied upon in the application has been held in an account of applicant or sponsor throughout the period of 6 months prior to the date of application. Next on the list is evidence of council tax costs for the accommodation in the UK where you live or will live. This evidence is not needed, but it is preferred. You must check this box even if you're not giving this evidence to show that you have understood this. The next document on the checklist is a declaration by applicant or sponsor of the source of the cash in the savings account. I kept this as simple as possible. I went online and took a sample of declaration. Then I filled in my details. Don't forget to provide evidence for the source of cash. It could be payslips or evidence of property or stock sold. Another one is a marriage certificate or a reasonable equivalent for applicant and sponsor. This next stage is the aspect that confuses a lot of applicants. You should provide items of correspondence addressed to applicants and sponsor at the same address as evidence you have been living together since your last grant of leave in this category or from the date you first started living together, covering the last 2 years. Items of correspondence should be addressed to you jointly or in both your names. The dates of the items of correspondence should be spread evenly over the whole 2 years. They should be from at least 2 different sources. If you do not have enough items in your joint names, you may also provide items addressed to each of you individually if they show the same address for both of you. For example, 4 items of correspondence in joint names to the same address and 2 items addressed to each partner at the address. In total, 8 items would need to be submitted. If you and your partner have no bills or correspondence in joint names, you will need to submit 12 items 6 each of correspondence evidencing that you reside together at the same address. Displayed here are examples of acceptable items. Not all documents can serve as evidence for your application. Evidence accepted are letters or other documents from government departments or agencies. For example, HMRC, Department of Work and Pensions, DVLA, TV licensing. Another one is letters or other documents from your GP, a hospital, or other local health service about medical treatments, appointments, home visits, or other medical matters. Bank statements are acceptable too. Please check the list for other documents. If you have any child, you might have to provide evidence of where child's other parents lives, such as utility bills. Next on my list is personal bank statements corresponding to the same periods as the pay slips, showing that the salary has been paid in an account in the name of the person or in the name of the person and their partner jointly for the applicant or sponsor for employment. Pay slips covering any period of salaried employment, current or previous, in the period of 12 months prior to the date of application for applicant or sponsor for employment. If you've been consistently in the same employment for 12 months, you might be asked for 6 months pay slip. Although my sponsor had worked in the particular job for more than 8 months, we had to fill in previous employment details, and perhaps that is why we are asked to provide 12 months pay slip. Just prepare yourself to meet this requirement if needed. And the final document on the checklist is a P60 for the relevant periods of employment relied upon for applicant or sponsor for employment. Also note that you might want to provide an employment contract letter. I did not tick this option while filling my application online, and that is why it was not generated on this checklist. Just something to keep in mind. Providing your documents. You must provide your documents after you submit your application. These can be originals or copies. Any passports provided must be originals. We will tell you how to provide your documents after you have submitted your application. Your application may be rejected if you do not provide all mandatory documents. If your application is rejected due to documents not being provided, it will not be considered, and an administration fee for each person included in the application will be deducted from your refund. Thank you for watching. I hope this was of benefit to you. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share with somebody that will benefit from this video. See you in my next one. Bye.